Let's put the key and see what's through the final door. Well, the water looks weird. I'm gonna walk down rather than diving in. Just feels safer that way. Unless I can't get up these ledges. Looks like this is how you're supposed to go in. Hello.
Are you here to play? Others came here once. They built these walls. They played alone. They bored me. Now they're gone. And instead, we have you. We are curious whether you swim with the current or fight against it, as they did.
Is it Sea Dragon that they were calling these? Sea Empress? Something?
Detecting unusually passive behavioral patterns in nearby predators. Reason unknown. Unlike other alien facilities, scans indicate this location supports a diverse and healthy ecosystem. Explanation unclear at this time.
I want to scan. Although maybe I can't scan her? Ooh. What is this? Oh dear. Peepers inside the containment facility. While all of the creatures encountered within the facility are isolated within it, peepers appear to be coming and going of their own accord via the alien pipe network. On arrival, peepers are approaching the Sea Emperor. Peepers exhibit a natural affinity for the stomach enzymes being expelled by the Emperor. Peepers which have come in contact with the enzymes are returning to the pipe network. Analysis: this behavior must be the source of enzyme 42 on 4546B or the area thereof which supports life. It is likely also responsible for the survival of the Emperor and the other life forms contained within the facility. So the weird streaks must be enzyme 42. Let's get some air. All right. So it's possible there are species we haven't scanned yet that would be scannable in here since everything is passive and peaceful. But nothing is showing up on my indicators that I haven't scanned them yet.
Environment scans indicate the water here is rich with a rare, plankton-like life form which depends on the organic detritus produced by the ecosystem around it.
Sea Emperor eggs. This large egg is held in a hermetically sealed environment and has been chemically sterilized without the means at the facility to... Oh, nope, that's the one we found. Sea Emperor's eggs. There we go. I was like, they're not sterilized, are they? Shell. uncommonly strong shell lining. Organic growth on the exterior suggests these eggs may be hundreds or thousands of years old. Alien tubes. Alien devices penetrate the outer shell layers, likely designed to supply them with nutrients and to isolate them from the surrounding environment. Amniotic sac. Like many eggs on 4546b, these do not contain a nutrient supply which is slowly exhausted by the embryo. Instead, they exist in a form of natural stasis, awaiting appropriate hatching conditions. Fetal organisms. There is a high genetic match between these organisms and the Leviathan in the vicinity. They appear to be stable and healthy. It is likely that ideal hatching conditions for the eggs vary considerably from the ideal survival conditions for the parent. Right? Yeah, parent. I wish when we were reading our tablet, it wouldn't have text blocked off by our mask. Alright, hatching enzymes. The Emperor specimen's eggs are attached to some form of incubator. In a normal life cycle, it seems likely that sea emperors would have buried their eggs in shallow waters where different organic materials in the soil would have triggered a hatching response. The incubator suggests the aliens had resorted to developing artificial hatching enzymes which would simulate the egg's natural hatching environment, but were unable to discover the formula. With extensive information on the sea emperors themselves, it may still be possible to fabricate an artificial hatching enzyme using indigenous ingredients. However, the only surviving source of that information may be the sea emperor itself. Hi. Hello? I'm just gonna power this up. You're cool with that, right?
My young need to hatch, to play outside this place. We have been here so long. The others built a passage to reach the world outside. I asked them for this freedom, but they could not hear me. If you help us, I will give you freely what the others tried in vain to take.
Okay. I didn't bring any ion cubes with me because I'm a genius. Well, we don't have the hatching enzymes. Well, we could always go back to the surface. I might need to. I'm hoping they've left cubes around for my convenience. Meh, whatever. We know where to get some. Because we'll need a cube for that portal. And then... is she going to give us the formula for the hatching enzyme? So it sounds like she wanted to work with them if they would give her freedom, but they couldn't hear her. And so they kept trying to figure out how to get the information of the enzyme from her through study and experiments, because they weren't... whatever about their system didn't allow them to understand her telepathic speech. You attack me. Alright, you get to die too. I'm not wanting to murder all of you guys, I just don't want to be murdered myself. I'll grab a couple. Just in case. So yeah, it sounds like she was willing to help them and they wanted the information, they just weren't able to communicate, which is sort of unfortunate. But also the way they went about it was not the best. Capturing her and her young, or I guess her eggs. Young sort of implies that they're, you know, not infants, or that they've already hatched. Alright, but I am cool with creating a portal out of here. Ooh, we've got another scannable. Aquarium arch. Scans indicate this arch was left inactive when the facility was abandoned. It likely served as an access point to the surface of the planet. It is much too small for the Emperor to pass through, but would accommodate smaller life forms. Okay.
The passage you have opened, my young can leave this place. But first they must feel the time is right and break free of their shells. This is what the others could not force from me. To you, I give the secret willingly.
Hatching enzymes.
New blueprint acquired.
Hatching enzymes. We need eye stalk seed, sea crown seed, fungal sample, ghost weed seed, bush bulb, or bulb bush sample. Okay. I'm not certain I have space in my inventory for all of that. The Sea Emperor's life cycle. Available biological data has been used to synthesize the effects of the alien bacterium on the Sea Emperor's natural life cycle. This creature likely lived and moved in small herds around the planet's ocean trenches, coming to the surface to feed off the huge volumes of microorganisms in the shallower waters. Family size would be strictly limited by available food supply. Offspring would likely split off at a young age to form their own herds elsewhere. Given their sparse population, mating and egg-laying was likely infrequent, perhaps once-in-a-lifetime event. The species likely had a preferred environment for egg-laying. In fact, successful hatching may depend on such conditions. Given the rarity of this event, it is impossible to calculate those conditions precisely. There is no evidence to support the assumption that all members of the species were immune from the alien bacterium. Even if this is so, there is evidence that introduction of the bacterium decimated life on the planet, and this would have had catastrophic effects on the Emperor's food supply and survival rate. The symbiotic relationship between this specimen and other life forms likely developed as a direct result of the bacterial infection. Those life forms which learned to keep the Emperor alive survived with its help. This may explain the vast tracts of lifeless ocean in a rough perimeter around the Emperor's location. So we haven't explored outside of the safe area. If you go too far, it's just a dead zone filled with leviathans. The infinite leviathans doesn't make a ton of sense from a story perspective. If life is not able to survive there, then why are there tons of leviathans? Like ghost leviathans mainly from what I've seen. So I think one of our materials is down here somewhere. But the others we're going to have to explore elsewhere to find. Is it you? Sea crown. Sea crown. This plant consists primarily of a large bladder-like sac containing a huge variety of bacterial species, which may enable it to break down complex compounds it draws from the root system. Shares large sections of genetic code with the membrane tree. Environmental scans indicate this plant is rare to the point of extinction. Alright, well, let me just attack it with a knife. As you do with rare, nearly extinct plants. Okay, there's our exit out of here. So we have 4 more ingredients to find and 4 gates to travel through. And assuming the aliens knew at least a little bit about what they were doing, those gates should go to our 4 ingredients. Oh, come on. Let me out of here. I've gotten out of here before. I know it's possible. There we go. So we're going to head back to the top, go through each of the gates, find their ingredients that we need, build the hatching enzyme, and let the Sea Emperor's children free. So now it'll be a fun exploration of going through each of these gates and trying to figure out which of the materials we're looking for. Oh. Okay, we are at the Jelly Forest because I didn't pay attention to which gate I was going through. Fungal sample, I think. No, this isn't the Jelly Forest. Never mind. Is it? No. Yes. Okay, so Jungle Forest is easy. We go up to these trees. We've got these tree leeches that I think is what we're looking for. Yeah? No? Oh, dude, that takes up 4 spots. We are definitely not gonna have space. Huh. Then maybe it's... There we go. Okay. Good, you're a small sample. Nice. Okay. That's 2 down. Yeah, it's just nice with all of the violent species around the planet to have one that can talk and is quite friendly. Just the, are you here to play? Yeah. Like, after all of the dangerous things we had to do to get to this point, and the struggles, just a truly happy, friendly species. Intelligent species, yeah. Alright, so this is going to be the giant puffball. And the puffballs themselves might be what we're actually looking for. Because if we look at our blueprints, yeah, bulb bush sample, I think is what we're getting out of here. I don't know if it's the small bulb bush or the giant ones that we need. Oh, common bulb bush, which I have not scanned yet. Bulb bush. This aquatic species has evolved to grow in deep sandy environments and to conserve its hydration levels against relatively extreme external temperatures. The root systems can fragment the shale rock it grows on to form a deep anchor point, allowing predators to graze but not easily uproot the entire plant. This grazing will tend to dislodge parts of the plant, and each section is capable of growing into a fully formed adult plant, explaining the concentrations of bulb bushes in some parts of the world. Edible in small quantities, high water content. Well, that's neat. And maybe I should eat some of them then. Just to get my food and water back up. Oh, we killed that plant. Luckily, there are lots more. Alright. Call that good enough. We've got 3 parts of our enzyme now. So I think the next gate we go through is the one I've labeled just as near life pod 7. And that doesn't tell me what ingredient we're going to find there. Because I don't remember where life pod 7 was. Alright. Nearly there. Right, this one we had this long, thin bridge to travel on. So, we look, eye stalk or ghost weed is what we're looking for here. We've still got this shark that's floating in the air at the exit. Come on. Ooh, is that eye stalk? Might be. Inventory full. Okay. What do I not need? I don't need fire extinguisher for sure. So this must be another 4-slot item. We'll get rid of the titanium. Why not? Okay. Might be a good idea. Oh dear. Okay, there we go. I was like, did I just lose my door? Might be a good idea to drop off some supplies at the prawn suit when we get back. Please don't bite me. Like, it's one thing to have fish floating in the air. It's another thing to have sharks. Like, I'll deal with the fish that haven't figured out what water is and what air is. When a shark comes into land inside of a tiny tunnel, just like, come on. Alright, so we'll just stop by the prawn suit quick, and then we'll go to the last door. Alright, drop those off. Sure, that gives us plenty of space. And this is the one I called Green River, which presumably has our last ingredient. It's convenient that the aliens were able to figure out close enough to what the hatching enzyme would need to be that they have gates to all the locations. And it's also lucky that none of the plants have gone extinct. So last we need ghost weed. Okay, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that. Oh, dude, no. No. Where's Ghostweed? Dude, and the Leviathan is over here? Okay, there's some Ghostweed. Don't notice me. Don't notice me. I haven't scanned this yet. Okay. Ghostweed. It grows exclusively in deep waters where its pale pigmentation is visible on the fewest wavelengths. That's all I have to say. It noticed me. I can work with that. Let's pull you out. There we go. Hopefully I can remember where the gate was. It was behind this waterfall? Yeah. We did get the Ghostweed sample, yes? Yes. Perfect. Man, to have me need to get an ingredient from right next to the Ghost Leviathan. Not cool, game. Luckily, I keep my stasis rifle handy. But that's all 5 pieces. Now we just need to get to a fabricator. And again, I don't want to go to my sub because yikes. So we'll probably go back through the jelly forest gate with the prawn suit. Get back to our base. Make the yeah. Yeah, I think that's the plan.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
There was a thought that we could go through the gate we opened there, but I think that puts us out at the enforcement platform, which I think is farther away than Jelly Forest. So we are wanting this gate, if I'm not turned around. Another fish swimming through the air. All right. Where's... Nope, that's enforcement. There we go. This way. Still keeping an eye out in case there's other wreckage around, because I think there often is good amounts of wreckage by these jelly forests. Let's recharge. There we go. Possible that the our original life pod would have been closer because I don't have that marked, but it's fine.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
No, don't climb down, climb up. And here we are. Hatching enzymes, an organic substance derived from plants found in the Emperor's natural breeding grounds, designed to trigger a hatching response. Okay. Let's eat some melon. Okay, so we have our hatching enzyme, yes? Yes. I remember the playthrough I watched of Subnautica. Vaguely recall. No, go away, you. The player thought they needed 5 hatching enzymes because there's 5 eggs, and went through a lot of effort to get the 5 pieces they needed of each. You only need 1, so that'll save any of you time if you get around to playing this. You don't need 5 hatching enzymes for the 5 eggs. Wow, there are a lot of bladderfish right there. If I was still getting water from bladderfish, that would have been a good spot to stop by. So we should have enzyme 42 soon, which should cure us, or at least suppress the symptoms. It's not super clear of the Kara bacterial infection, but then we still need to build the rocket. And to do that, I think I'm going to need to get my submarine back to the surface because it has all of my supplies. Not thrilled. I mean, I could go through and recollect all the supplies I need and just ditch the submarine down here. That's an option. Let's, again, go down by myself. Because I know a bit about what's coming up, I'm going to take off my radiation suit, just so we can clearly see our hands. And the bacterial infection. Wow. Because everyone's wearing the radiation suit when they get to this point, and so you can't see how bad the infection looks, but we look bad. Like, you hear that we're in bad shape because of the infection, but unless you take off your gloves, which you there's no reason to, it just fills your inventory. There's no better suit to put on or anything. So people just wear the gloves and they miss seeing how infected we are. Okay, let's insert the hatching enzymes. Hey guys. Sea Emperor Juvenile. A juvenile emperor specimen. It is producing a highly potent form of enzyme 42, which should be capable of fully curing individuals of the alien bacterium. This species hatches relatively fully formed and independent, perhaps reflecting the fact they must fend for themselves when they are first born away from their parents. This specimen is healthy and exhibiting signs of a positive attitude to life. Hey there. Your young are hatched. The gate is open. How are you doing? Wish there was some way to get her out of this facility. But she's too big for the portal. Hey. You're not looking too good. I guess I just head out. What is that rumbling noise? Thought they would have been swimming for the exit, and they didn't. Or that she would have more to say, and she's not. Well, now they're chirping at each other. I need air, apparently. Suddenly thought about it, I'm like, where's the best source of air down here? It's up here.
Oxygen.
I am swimming to surface.
My young are swimming for the shallows.
Oh, good.
I thank you. Their freedom is my end.
Not
What
good.
will it be like, I wonder, to go to sleep and never wake up? Perhaps next we meet, I will be an ocean current, carrying seeds to a new land. Or a creature so small, it sees the gaps between the grains of sand. Farewell, friend.
Yeah, you're not looking good, but it did mention that she had outlived well beyond her species' lifespan by a lot. Like, even by the time the aliens captured her, she was beyond her species' normal lifespan. And so it's kind of implied that sort of by strength of will, she was holding on just to try and get her young to hatch. Hoping that she could save them. And now that we've done so, she can finally rest. Let's touch concentrated enzyme 42. So yeah, when you cure yourself with enzyme 42 while wearing gloves, does that whole animation, you just don't see anything because the gloves hide it all. We can't scan the concentrated enzyme 42? Okay.